Hey everyone, welcome back, and this is my review of Akame Got Killed, episode 22. Closing in on the series, only 2 episodes left. Damn. And this episode, the feels are intense. At least for me in this episode. Not necessarily because Kurome died, even though she did, but not necessarily because of that. But because of the context behind her death. And what I mean by that is, we've seen this before, how Kurome and Akame as sisters got along really well as children. They were separated, blah, blah, blah. They were assassins for the Empire, blah, blah, blah. We've seen all that before, and we got to see it again in this episode. And I think the saddest part about this episode was how Kurome's death affected Akame emotionally. And just seeing that final scene with Akame breaking down in Tatsumi's arms was heartbreaking. Okay, it really was, because I think this might be the first time we've ever actually seen Akame break down. Granted, way earlier on in the series, there was that one scene where the two of them were alone and she basically chewed Tatsumi out after he called her, after he said that she's all calm and everything when it comes to killing people and watching her comrades die, and she chews him out for that. But this is really the first time we've ever actually seen her break down like this, and it really gets you. At least it did me. Okay, and I think that was the best part about the episode. Also, the fight between Akame and Kurome was really good too. Okay, and the animation during that fight was so fucking good. I wish the fight would have lasted longer, but it was still a really good fight. Okay. Now, there are some things, 2 things in this episode I didn't quite understand that really seem to lack logic. As you all know, I don't care about faithfulness to source materials when you're making an adaptation of something. You should all know this by now. But there's 2 things that didn't really make much sense to me. First off, why was there this is a bit more of a minor one, but why was there a danger beast? Just like getting awakened right where they were fighting at because of their fight. Like, I know it got awakened because of their fight, but why was there a danger beast right there? To me, that just made no sense at all. And a bit more of a major one, and this has to do with correlation to the last episode, okay? Actually, there's a third one too that I'll talk about in a sec here. But for the second one though, why are the citizens trying to rebel against the Empire right now? It doesn't really make much sense, because in the previous episode when Tatsumi was about to be executed, they were cheering for him to be fucking executed. But in this episode, they're rebelling. My guess is that some time must have passed. Like, I'm guessing some time must have passed, but what exactly happened within that time is not really explained. See, I'm able to criticize this series too. There we go. So, it doesn't really make much sense, and that kind of irked me a bit, okay? In addition to that, Tatsumi seems to be taking Mine's death awfully easily. Like, I understand that he got criticized in this episode by the others for kind of just assuming that they came that she died specifically to save him, even though that's obviously the case. I mean, it's obvious at this point, even whether you're talking about the anime or the manga, that if Mine had to, she would gladly jeopardize the mission and sacrifice her own life to save Tatsumi. Like, there's no fucking question that she would. So his accusation isn't really him being self-centered, it's the fucking truth, okay? But after they chewed him out a little bit, he seemed to get over it awfully quickly, even though they were kind of in love. And they kissed in the last fucking episode. I did not like that at all right there, okay? So those are really the 3 issues that I had with this episode. But other than that, I really enjoyed it. Oh my god, the end of this episode. Seeing that fucking, like, I don't know, some sort of a mech thing that apparently the Emperor's gonna pilot. Like, maybe it's like a mech Imperial Arms or something. I don't know. But I mean, if that giant fucking mech thing's an Imperial Arms that the Emperor's able to use, then holy shit, that'd be fucking awesome. So overall, I did really like this episode. I think I liked it equal to last episode, because the drama I think was better for me personally. But the thing that bogs it down for me and makes it to where it's not better than last episode are these three, like, illogical things that I really didn't understand too well. Alright? Like, if you're going to deviate from the manga, I'm perfectly fine with that, but at least try to put some logic into it. And unfortunately, these three things in this episode weren't too logical to me, which is why I have to mention them and kind of criticize the episode for it. But overall, I thought it was a pretty good episode of Akame Got Killed, though. So tell me your thoughts about it in the comment section below. If you've yet to see this week's episode of Akame Got Killed, then I definitely recommend that you do. I can't wait until next week's episode. Only 2 episodes left. We're nearing the end, people. So yes, but it was just the feels in this episode were so good. This might be the episode that has had the most feels for me out of the entire series so far, which is saying a lot. So anyways, overall, hope you enjoyed this review, guys. See you after, guys. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.